Hello everyone, the Nerdy Steve here, and today we will be playing a match on the Alchemy ranked ladder with the deck I'm using for tomorrow's Mythic Qualifier weekend, or whatever it's called. And it's the Black-Red Blood Sacrifice deck that I've been featuring all week, and we are gonna mulligan this hand because we had no cards. Maybe we didn't want to use that land. Or put that at the bottom? Yeah. Because now we can't do turn 2 Anvil unless we take 3 life. Which, you know, maybe we'll decide to do that. Oh. Our opponent is on white-black. So do you know what? We'll do this. Get the damage and blood going. And then we can Sanguine Brushstroke and Prosper. So I should have considered it more if we had that on turn 2. What that meant. Or having 2 top lanes mean if we drew a Bloodtithe Harvester or a Anvil, we couldn't cast it. Our opponent has the counter target spell unless you pay 1 card. That would have been really upsetting. Oh, we're just gonna do this again. And I think our opponent is on an aggressive Diviner type deck or strategy, or an Esper Diviner. That's kind of the strategy altogether, right? Don't need anything else. Blue. Okay, hopefully Prosper can draw us a couple of cards and really give us the advantage that we need right now. We have all of our lands. Again, we're just gonna blood or use Oni to sack and hope. Alright, we get something. Voldaren Epicure was a good one to get. Anything that creates blood can get away the lands in our hand, but also trigger Sanguine Brushstroke. So I'm pretty happy here. We're probably going to cast both of these. And I want to Synthesizer first because it gives us more options. And if we really need to cast this over, you know, Epicure, then we could. We get all the treasures. And let's just do that. Our opponent can Viconia into a Blood Artist, which will be a little upsetting when that happens, but we might be fine still. We also, I should have done it before we got to our end step, but we really want to make sure we gain priority, because if you don't put the stop there, Arena doesn't give you the time to then cast your Voltage Surge if you wanted to before your opponent untaps. Prosper being tapped leaves it vulnerable to the Wandering Emperor if that's what our opponent has. A blue Specialize here gives our opponent Soul Shatter and Blood Artist back. Which is very, very good for our opponent. Because it gets rid of our Prosper. Now, the good thing for us, depending on what our opponent does... Oh, our opponent is going to Blood Artist here. So let me actually see what we draw. with the Brushstroke. Eye of the Beholder, okay. Because I'm wondering if we want to use Oni before the Blood Artist enters the battlefield, but I don't think we do. I think I do want to sack a treasure, though. So let's go with the experimental here. Deadly Dispute is kind of nice because we get to use the gas now and sacrifice it to kill the Blood Artist. Now, obviously, our opponent gets to do a lot of cool things here. But maybe this can give us enough stuff to do to still win this turn. Because we're attacking all out with everything. That was a really, really good draw. Undersimplify. I can assure you, I was not anticipating that. So our opponent's gonna go to 7. We already used our Anvil, so we'll do this. And this is where if we drew a Voltage Surge, we would have wanted to do that there, right? Yeah.
Now you've done it. Hat's coming off.
Alright, GG. Okay. So now let's... I'm still not sure how to sideboard here completely. This matchup is very weird. But I think we want to go a little slower. Because we're adding in a bunch of 5-drops, we want to remove Synthesizer. I think we can go down to 3 Surge. And now I have to think about... I think we can get rid of Epicure. Yeah, we can do that, right? I think so. We can do anything we want. Keep. And, ooh. That's a little unfortunate, right? Hopefully we'll draw more lands, though, right? Viconia. Alright, Viconia. If our opponent goes Diviner, that would have been bad, but our opponent didn't. So let's just draw a land and have everything be okay. I think that's what we should do. Right? Alright. Now that's upsetting, but I'm not too sad. I'm a little sad about what just happened, but what are we gonna do, right? So now this is an interesting turn. I think I do want to get Prosper going. Though it does allow our opponent, if there is another diviner, that's really bad for us. But I think I'm going to take a chance here. If our opponent doesn't have anything too disastrous, Prosper is going to win us this game. And we do have one Ray of Enfeeblement, so if our opponent even had... I don't know. I feel like this is a better path to victory than if we tried to leave the mana up for Diviner. I could be wrong. That says to me, there's a Wandering Emperor here. Because otherwise we had a free block on Prosper. Quote unquote free. Oh, nice. So let's do this. Get our treasure. Bind. I want to kill that now. And then let's cast the Shambling Ghast. I don't think we need to Epicure or Voltage Surge here, and we'll just go to our end step. And we got another Harvester. Nice. Our opponent's probably going to Viconia to exile stuff. I don't think we're under any pressure to, like, be really proactive right now. I think we can just try and ride the Prosper train for a little bit. Our opponent goes to Specialize. They're going to need a Bind to Secrecy to counter it. Alright. Or negate, right? I mean, it's not just one thing. Alright. We got a GG from our opponent. $22. Well, thank you for watching that game. I know these videos have been short, you know, sometimes it's a busy week, and I've just been practicing a lot. So I hope these videos have been good, at least somewhat informative. I want to just talk about the sideboard real quick, because I think there are a couple of things. I don't know what I'm going to expect to face tomorrow, but I think the sideboard covers a lot of different potential and common decks we're seeing on the ladder. Ray of Enfeeblement is really, really good against the Esper decks. I might try and find another Meathook Massacre into the sideboard. Meathook Massacre is kind of there because I wanted a way to beat the Cabaretti Revels life gain deck, and being able to kill all the 1/1s is really, really good. And we don't have really that much of an answer for that deck. Though I think it is fine and we can still win it. Maybe another Meathook might be worth it. I think a Braid is very, very good, but a Braid, I think, might be the weakest card in our sideboard. Maybe even Graveyard Trespasser as well. I don't know. There's a lot going on. We could probably add more Mind Spikes or Duresses. Those cards just are not good against the Esper decks that are going around, so that's why I really don't have them in the sideboard. But they are decent in maybe this matchup sometimes, and other Jund mid-range decks that I've seen going about. But I think the sideboard and the main deck is in a really good spot. And yeah. So good luck to everyone playing tomorrow. And I don't know what else I'm going to say, but thank you for watching. And have a nice morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. Bye.